Now it's time for question period. The member from Windsor, Nicholson, comes up.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Energy. Minister, winter is just around the corner, and all across Ontario, residents and small businesses are worried about their ability to pay their hydro bills. A senior living on a fixed income, heating their house electrically, which many of them are, doesn't know how they're going to meet the obligation. While air conditioning is not necessarily essential, heating most definitely is. For some, and I get this from people in my riding all the time, their energy bills, their electricity bills are higher than their old age pension. Peak rates now, under your plans, are 14 cents a kilowatt hour, and that doesn't include all of the added surcharge as a result of your energy policies. Minister, your policies have taken Ontario from one of the lowest cost electricity jurisdictions to one of the highest.
Question.
Are you going to continue to punish our residents and ratepayers, or, like winter, is a change in energy policy just around the corner as well?
Minister of Energy.
Speaker, the member will know that when our government took over in 2003, we had a deficit of electricity, we had a dirty system, and the system was unreliable. And over the course of the last 9 years, Mr. Speaker...
I'd ask for order, please. Thank you.
And over the course of the last 9 years, Mr. Speaker, we rebuilt the system with about $30 billion in transmission and generation costs. We've moved from a deficit of electricity to a surplus, from a dirty system to a clean system. That put pressure on prices, Mr. Speaker. Those price pressures were in our long-term energy plan in 2010-2013. They were there for everybody to see. We took very significant mitigation measures, Mr. Speaker, which those parties voted against. That includes the Ontario Clean Energy Benefit, the Ontario Energy and Property Tax Credit, saving qualifying individuals up to $963 per year, and in the supplementaries, Mr. Speaker, I'll talk about the other issues.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Minister, you give with one hand, you take away with the other. That is cold comfort to those seniors who don't know how they're going to pay their bills this winter, pun intended. Shame on you. You can do better than that. Look, at in estimates this morning, it was clearly pointed out to you that hydro rates all in the province of Manitoba are 1/3 what they are in Ontario. Wow. In British Columbia, 1/2. How can you explain to the people living on that fixed income how they can pay that much more in Ontario? It is because of your energy policies, your failed policies. You've decided to choose the most expensive options when replacing coal in the province of Ontario. That has also led to the loss of 300,000 manufacturing jobs and 300,000 manufacturing jobs here across the province of Ontario. Your policy are driving businesses.
Order. The member from Bruce, Huron-Bruce, come to order, and the Minister of Finance come to order. And the member from Leeds-Grenville come to order. And I'm keeping count.
Minister, companies like Heinz, Caterpillar, Estrada, they have all cited energy prices as reasons for leaving the province of Ontario. When are you going to get the message?
Thank you.
Stop listening to your minions over there and get the message from the people of Ontario.
Minister?
Mr. Speaker, businesses will come and go in Ontario. The reality is, Mr. Speaker, there's more coming in than are leaving. Very significant. Mr. Speaker, we have the highest rate of investment capital of any jurisdiction in North America.
I'm going to get attention one way or the other. The member from Chatham-Kent, Essex, will come to order. Carry on.
Mr. Speaker, the member knows well that we have implemented a very significant number of programs to assist businesses to come to Ontario with reduced electricity costs and to stay here. The ICI, Industrial Conservation Initiative, Mr. Speaker, which has just been expanded with probably upwards of 300 companies receiving 20% discount on their electricity. There are other programs which I'll mention in my next supplementary. We have taken significant steps to mitigate prices because the price pressures came from us investing because of the damage that they did for 20 years.
Thank you. Seated, please. Final supplementary.
Businesses come and go. That's quite an answer. Well, they're going at about a 10-to-1 ratio, Minister. That's not very good on your part. Minister, those companies that are coming here because you're giving them a one-off, they probably appreciate that, but they know that that is at the cost of everybody else in the province of Ontario. When Estrada, Caterpillar, Heinz, they cite energy costs as a reason for leaving. I have not heard of one single business ever say, we're coming to Ontario because of its energy policy. Not one. They may come here and in spite of their energy policy because they know you're giving them a one-off handout. But that's, Speaker, Minister, last month, the ISO said that the global adjustment, that little understood little trick of yours, amounted to over $1 billion. Well, that is the cost, the difference between the value of electricity purchased and the amount you've paid to your contractors. The amount you've paid for electricity, the difference between its value and what you paid is $1 billion. That goes on everybody's hydro bill. That is driving people out of this province, and that is driving seniors into poverty. When will you reverse the policy?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we have one of the best jobs creation records in this province. That's number one. Number two, Mr. Speaker, there are more businesses coming to here investing money than any other jurisdiction in North America, Mr. Speaker. Ontario's industrial rates compare favorably with other jurisdictions, despite what the PCs claim. Industrial rates in Northern Ontario are among the lowest in Canada and lower than 44 American states, Mr. Speaker. Industrial rates in Southern Ontario are lower than in Alberta, Michigan, New Jersey, and California, and in line with states in New York, Virginia, and Tennessee. Mr. Speaker, we have the programs to attract businesses and to create jobs in this province. They have no solutions in any shape whatsoever, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.